Whitfield's own reflection on acting. I'll tell you a story. Picture him saying this story, 3,000 people in London maybe. I'll tell you a story. The Archbishop of Canterbury in the year 1675 was acquainted with Mr. Butterton, the actor. One day, the Archbishop said to Butterton, "Pray, inform me, Mr. Butterton, what is the reason you actors on the stage can affect your congregations with speaking of things imaginary as if they were real, while we in the church speak of things real which our congregations only receive as if they were imaginary?" "Why, my lord," says Butterton, "the reason is very plain. We actors on the stage speak of things imaginary as if they were real. And you in the pulpit speak of things real as if they were imaginary. Therefore," added Whitfield, "I will bawl. I will not be a velvet-mouthed preacher." And Whitfield would say, I believe, why do I preach the way I do? Why is there so much action and so much passion and so much animation? It's not because I am a repressed actor from the days of my youth when I loved so much to take my school parts. Because I will outact the actors, because what I have to say is so much more real than what they have to say. So this kind of acting is different than the acting on the stage. He's acting with all his might, not because it takes greater gimmicks or charades to convince people of the unreal, but because he had seen something more real than actors on the stage in London had ever dreamed.
But morally, in the sight of God, we are all sinners. When God looks upon this great audience here tonight, God sees only two classes of people, not three, not four, not five. He doesn't see us as white and Negro. He doesn't see us with our national backgrounds. He doesn't see us as rich and poor. He doesn't see us as educated and uneducated. He sees us as saved or lost.
And I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
You are exhausted and you feel like you can't do, you've got no strength left, but this new energy comes into you and you start, yes, playing your part, and you're pulling them in, and you're pulling them in, and you're pulling them in, and you're part of a work of saving lives.
How can you not see Jesus in that? Because he's the ultimate unexpected Savior who comes, and not at the risk of his life, but at the cost of his life, and gives you the opposite of not just what you should expect, what you deserve. How can you not see Jesus?
And so the answer is to always be looking to the kingdom, and the key to the kingdom is who's the king? The key to the kingdom is always this: who's the king? And we know who the king is because the king is the one who sits on the king is the one who sits on the throne. That's how you know who the king is.
Things look different when you're in peacetime and in wartime. Like peacetime, there's room for comforts, enjoying luxuries and pleasures. Peacetime, everything's good. Wartime, like you're battle. So you're making sacrifices. You're conserving resources. You're doing everything possible to make sacrifices for the success for victory in the war. Brothers and sisters, we are not living in peacetime. Peacetime's coming. New heaven, new earth, it's coming. This is wartime that we're living in. Our lives, our families, this church, not just the church in our culture, this church doesn't look like it's wartime.